Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Wednesday meditation gathering. I'm so glad you're all here to share this time together. Meditation gathers energy when we meditate together. This week we have Sandy Snelling who will lead us in meditation, and then we have 20 minutes of silence. After that, we'll open it up for sharing and we'll end at 10:45. Over to you, Sandy.
Thank you. Morning, everyone. Lovely to be with you all. So I was thinking about what's been coming up recently for me. And it seems to be regularly reminding me at the moment in many different ways, whether it's through a book or TV or out in nature or inspiration, whatever. It's coming in lots and lots of different ways. And I'm just being reminded that this body is not me, and that this ego isn't me. And this personality I call Sandy isn't me. And these thoughts that I have aren't me. So the pointers and the whispers from the universe are trying to tell me that I'm one with the mind of God, that I'm the one who witnesses it all, and that I am love, I am spirit, and I am oneness. Now, I'm obviously not conscious of this all the time at the moment because I'm not that skilled, but I'm working on it. And that's where the course comes in. So, the course is always there trying to help us to remove all these layers that we have to remembering who we truly are. And, to recognize that we are spirit and that what we seek, we already are. So it's quite difficult because we have our own blocks. We have our own perceived disconnection from our divine selves. And this causes us so much pain and so much confusion. And many of us will spend huge amounts of time trying to explore different paths to try and find out the truth of who we are. But Jesus tells us in the course that this is foolish because all the paths are the same. All roads that lead you away from who you truly are will lead to confusion and despair. So we're told really that it's a journey without a distance, and that we simply need to be still and do nothing. That when we are still, we can hear the voice for God, and it can reveal to us that God is love, that we are loved, that we are made in God's image and therefore we are love, and that we never left our source. Now, although we're told that it's simple, it isn't always easy for us to remember it or even to maintain it. As the ego is such a tricky thing, isn't it? It's very good at distracting us with many thoughts. It's good at distracting us with busyness. And that's its job. It's seek and do not find. That's what its job is there to do. And of course, we know the world is illusion, but it feels very real to us in our humanness. So today I'd like for our meditation to help us to move through some of this craziness of the world and to sort of dampen down some of those noises of the world and the noises of our thoughts, even if it's just for a few minutes during our meditation. I want us to be willing to let go and let things drop away. Jesus tells us that we only need a little bit of willingness, and that if we just, meet him at that little bit, then he will help us along the rest of it. So I want us to be willing for any illusions of barriers or to love's presence just to be dissolving, to drop away. I want for any illusions that being a body to drop away or dissolve. I want for us to be willing for the illusion of each other, for being separate beings, to be able to drop away. And, perhaps try and meet in that field where Rumi talks about, where we're all one and where only love exists, where love is resting in love. So that's what we hope to do today in the meditation. So I'll gently guide you in a minute, and I'll let you then rest into the silence and into the peace and the joy of that space. And don't worry if your mind wanders, that's quite normal. Just smile gently at yourself and bring yourself back to your breath, because that's a really good tool, your breath. Just brings you back to the present moment. Bring yourself back to that breath and then just gently come back into resting in the love. And at the end of it, I will gently talk you round, but please don't rush out of it. Sometimes we can pull ourselves out too quickly from meditation and it can feel a bit jarred. So just take a moment or two to really make sure you're ready to open your eyes. Okay, so let's begin. So if you want to get yourself comfortable, really, really important that we're comfy. Otherwise, that's all we'll think about. And then perhaps just become aware of whatever you're sitting on, whether that's a chair, cushion, or the floor. Just make sure you're feeling grounded. And just know this is going to keep you supported and safe throughout the whole meditation. So let's take a few deep breaths together. So we're going to breathe in and gently let it go. Breathing in and gently let it go. One more time, breathing in a nice deep breath and gently let it go. Now I want you to imagine that there's a rose gold light coming in through the top of your head, pouring in the love of God through the top of your head. It feels warm, feels comforting, feels light. And I just want you to feel that begin to relax your muscles of your scalp. Feel that love begin to feel your brow. Feel that love caressing your eyes, softening them, relaxing them. Feel that love now beginning to fill your ears. Let all that tightness just dissolve, just drop away. And then let it come to your jaw. Really feel that your jaw is relaxing, softening with the warmth of God's love. Really feel that now. Feel it caressing every part of your being as it gently, gently starts to trickle into your throat, into the muscles of your neck, your voice box, your thyroid. Just let it all soften with God's love. And it doesn't matter if you can't visualize it, just the words or the feeling will work just as well. Let it all soften with God's love, with warmth, with light. Let it go into your shoulders. Really feel those shoulders dropping down now. Feel that tension just dissolving and dropping away. Let it fill your heart, your lungs, your diaphragm. Just let it fill it all up with this beautiful rose gold light of God's love. And let it begin to go into your arms, going into your wrists, your hands and fingers. Just really feel everything, feeling this warmth, this love, touching every part. And let it descend more into your abdomen and everything that's in there. This love misses nothing. It's going to just make everything feel soft, open, loved. And let it drop through your hips and through your legs. Feel the warmth of the light and the love caressing every part of your being, your calves, your ankles, feet and toes. So you're full from your head to your toes, God's love and light. And then let that all pour from the top. So you're full up and it's now pouring all around you. Caressing your skin, your hair, everything is being caressed by God's love and light. Feel the warmth. Feel how safe it feels, how joyous it feels. Really, really let yourself be bathed in this love. And then begin to feel it coming up your legs as if it's the water, it's as if it's like light water rising. Beginning to go above your knees. This love is just filling up. And it's slowly, slowly going to go above your head. And it's perfectly safe. We can breathe very easily in God's love. We're just being bathed in this love and this light. And suddenly you're floating within it. You don't know where you begin and where you end. You'll feel love coming in through your skin and all the pores and about through that way too, until you no longer know where you begin and where anything ends. You are one with God. You are one with love. And that you're actually one with everyone here. We're all floating in this love. We are the love. And we're floating with everything that's in the world, everything that there is, we are one with. Just know yourself as one with God. Know yourself as love. And that there's only one of us. Love resting in love. So just gently bring your awareness back to your breath. And just be gentle with yourselves. Take a moment or two to really feel ready. And only open your eyes when you feel completely ready. You might want to wiggle your fingers or toes, have a stretch, whatever feels right for you. Hopefully everybody's feeling okay. And if there's anything anybody wants to share or wants to ask, then feel free.
Thank you, Sandy. That was just perfect. I've been building up to this recently, but you've just, I'm beyond words. God is everywhere. We are. I just can't thank you enough. Words, I haven't got them, but big hug.
Big hug to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. It's beautiful. Thank you.
You're most welcome. Annie?
Thank you, Sandy. I just wanted to share the experience of this because I don't know if you can hear. You see behind us, we have a little fountain.
Just about hear it.
It's very clear to me. So what was the most amazing experience of when you were talking about the light going down, it was like I could hear the fountain. It literally was going down. And then when you said it fills up, okay, it's filling up. It just was an exquisite experience. So it's more that, just to say thank you and much appreciation for the
You're
time.
welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Who would like to share? Oh, well, I'll jump in. Sandy, I just felt that so peaceful and so relaxed, and my mind wasn't quiet all the time, but I had nice little periods of quietness, and before it started jumping around and getting busy again, and then I'd just come back to peace. So it was very helpful. Thank you, Sandy.
You're welcome.
You've left everyone speechless.
That's all right.
We are
Keep
all
floating in it. It's nice.
we're just filled with this love. I can't thank you enough. Thank you. I'll just
Oh, that's good.
Jim, take yourself off mute.
Yes, thank you, Dan, and thank you, Sandy. I didn't have much to say either, really, but I love the way you ended the introduction to the meditation, love resting in love. And it's really that, isn't it? That is meditation, and that is ourself.
Yeah.
We don't really need much else than that. We love resting in love, it was the basis of the meditation, and it kept being returned to, and it was very good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
John, take yourself off mute.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Sandy. That was wonderful. And what was wonderful for me was the reminder you gave me, because of the power of visualization. You know, when we visualize the golden light coming through, and I find it amazing how, when I've ever found something that's really powerful and good, how quickly the ego will say, "Oh, you don't need to do that anymore. You don't need to do that anymore," because, you know, when I was first introduced to this, I just loved it, and it reminded me that first, that the whole of this is a movie, and I'm the co-director, producer, and I can choose who my fellow director is. I can choose the ego, I can choose the Holy Spirit, and I'll know what it is by how I feel. And when I feel light, as I did this morning, you know, I'm choosing the right co-director. But it was an amazing reminder how powerful visualization is, because it's all a movie. And I used to get terrible school reports because they used to say, "Oh, John tries hard, he's very hard, but he's a dreamer." And what it was, I remember very, very vividly that when I was not interested, when a particular subject didn't inspire me, I would just dream. And what I dreamt about was, I wanted to go all over the world, visiting all different places. And all this. Of course, it happened. You know, and I used to feel good when I dreamt that. So it was a great reminder to remember that as a lovely tool. So thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. And it's very powerful. Our minds don't know the difference between something we're imagining and something that's actually happening. So it is always, you know, if we're struggling at any point, just to use something as a visualization, as a tool, just to get in that space, and then you can be in it. And again, with what you're saying, you know, that when we're dreaming something, we are dissolving those barriers. You know, even if we're dreaming it, that we're traveling the world, we are actually doing that in our being. So it's all really, really powerful. So I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Jan, do you want to share?
Yes. Thank you, Sam. I haven't got loads to say actually, but I love that. Love, resting in love. How beautiful, beautiful. And also, as John was saying, thank you for being reminded about, you know, visualization again. I used to do a lot of that years ago. And it certainly is a very useful tool, but so lovely. Thank you, Sandy. It was all beautiful. Love, resting in love.
You're welcome.
And there's a comment in chat that says, "Wow, love resting in love." Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't always use the visualization. Sometimes I use that, but I do like the love resting in love. That to me just feels, you know, that everything can just dissolve and you can just be what you really are. And I really feel closer to Jesus and God when I can just be in that space. And sometimes it's easy to reach without the visualization, and other times I need a bit more help. You know, we all can have days where it's very easy, and we'll have days where, you know, our ego doesn't want to shut up. So sometimes the visualization can help, and other days you just have to go away, come back and try it again another time of day, because, you know, sometimes the ego is going to speak a bit louder.
Teresa, take yourself off mute.
Yeah, Sandy, that was lovely. Thank you. And when you first led us into the meditation, you were talking about, you know, coming straight to the body and about the personality, Sandy, and I've been thinking about that a fair bit recently, and thinking about my personality called Teresa, and then practicing trying to step back, and I love that love resting in love, and resting in God. And and as soon as I find myself trying to work something out, I realize I've come back into my personality. And I had we did some work last night, and I got to wonderful levels, you know, like looking at fear and then just looking at the next level of fear and the next level of fear, and all the veils coming off for what was the first level of fear was actually nothing to do with how it went lower and lower. And in the end, a sense I got is about the one mind, that we are one mind, and Teresa is having a dream of a personality of Teresa, and this other person who I was having difficulty with was just having their dream of whatever they were, but we were one mind. So doing that today and releasing the personality was really helpful. So thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And it is very hard, you know, to try and help people get to a space where words are really a hindrance, actually, quite a lot of the time. You know, because we are beyond that as beings, we are completely beyond that, and there is only one of us. So to use words is just sometimes a bit complicated, and I find that quite difficult when I'm trying to think of how we're going to meditate to get past that. So yeah, it's good.
And there's a comment in chat. It says, Sandy, the gentleness you used to begin and end the meditation is, brackets to me, priceless.
Oh, wonderful. I'm glad.
And Terry, would you like to share? Take yourself off mute.
Thanks, Dan. Hello, everybody. I don't often get to the Wednesday morning.
Yeah, lovely to see you, Terry.
Yeah, Sandy, that was very nice. Well done. You've got a lovely calming way about you. And like everybody else, I just picked up, you know, when you said love resting in love, it just spoke to me. It was beautiful. It was really, really lovely. So I'm going to write that down and remember that and use that myself, if you don't mind, because it just reflects the idea of surrender, doesn't it? Just let go, let go, let go. Everything's all right. Just let go. And I want to just commend Annie. Annie, you said that you've got a nice fountain behind you and everything. I think it's kidology. It sounds like a toilet system that's broken to us. So when you listen back to the replay later on, have a listen to it. It just sounds like a leaking toilet. Anyway, with that thought, goodbye, everyone.
You can use anything to get you into meditation. Oh, thanks, Terry. Oh.
Who'd like to share? Dennis, take yourself off mute.
Thank you, Sandy. I came to the conclusion many moons ago that Dennis Creamer was just a label on a jam pot. And your description during the guided meditation, you must have experienced it to describe it. Love, light, peace. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Dennis. Yes, and it's trying to keep that, you know, all the time. It's really what I'm craving to get back to. I get fleeting moments of it, and sometimes in meditation you can bathe in it, but I think that's what we're all trying to do, is get home, isn't it, and remain in it. And we've obviously got different things that we've come here to learn and do before we completely let it all dissolve and drop away. But I mean, I always ask for guidance when I'm doing a meditation, and that was very much Jesus's words, love resting in love, you know, that for me, I've always found really powerful. So that was definitely what he wanted us to focus on today. So that's good. Thank you.
Who'd like to share?
Me again.
Well,
We are all love, resting in love right now. I think we all have got that peace. Can't thank you enough, Sandy, but I think I could speak for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dennis?
Sandy, you've left us all love resting in love.
You're all loved out. You all had a good soak in the love. Good bathing. Oh, well, it's been really lovely to share this space with you today and connect on that level, and hopefully you'll use that as a nice tool now and again when you feel that you need something else. So thank you. If any of you want to have a read of section that it was in chapter 31, in section 6, I think it was. So that was where we're talking about our different paths, and that you know, it's folly to follow that, but it's well worth reading that section. It's a really beautiful section.
Anthony, take yourself off mute.
Thank you, Sandy. What an incredible meditation. I'm smiling all over, and I'm just looking at my book, which happens to be open on page 660, chapter 31, 6, Recognizing the Spirit. How incredible is that? I just did it.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I love it
Wow.
when that happens. It's really, really good. And it is, you know, a lot of what I've brought today is from that chapter. So yeah.
I hope I can carry this smile and this feeling of love with me for the rest of the day, the rest of my life. It's wonderful. Thank you.
Good, good. And you know, when we start our day, even if it's just 5 minutes, bathing in love or whatever meditation you want to do, spending that time with Jesus and with God, our day flows so much better, you know. And I find when I'm in that space, it's almost like I move through the world in a very different way. You know, it isn't that heaviness. You seem to just glide through things. So we all have days when we skip it and we'll notice the real difference. But when you do, you can carry this feeling with you through the day, and how things just obstacles just seem to disappear. They seem to move out the way. So yeah, just enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandy. That was wonderful. And you're a real gift. And everyone take themselves off of mute and show your appreciation to Sandy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sandy. That was
Thank you,
gorgeous.
Sandy.
Thank you, Sandy.
Thank you, Sandy.
Take care. Lots of